Catching up with my friend Jason Mattox. The Challenge of Champions Bull Riding Tour is off and running. And Jason, I wasn't there, but you had an event in Prineville, Oregon on Saturday night, March the 2nd. And I'm just looking at results. A kid named Hunter Maxwell from California won the long round with an 88. Young man named Greg Shannon, who's ridden 4 in a row on your tour, made a pair of 86-point rides, won the bull riding. There was an 87.5 by a young man named Bruin Bradshaw out of Idaho. 3 bull riders rode both of their bulls. Looks to me like you had a heck of a show.
It was. The guys came out to ride Saturday night. It was awesome, Steve. Hunter Maxwell, it's kind of cool. You know, we have our junior tour. This is his first full year on tour with us as riding the big bulls. And I mean, he stuck it all over Hefe. And Hefe, they don't ride him very much. And that young man came out and stuck it on to win the round on Saturday night. He made a great bull ride.
Yeah. When you're looking at 88, 87.5, a pair of 86s, do you look at those scores, Jason, and go, wow, the guys really had a night?
I do. I go through my judges' scores. I go through the bull riders, and I just kind of look to see. I actually go down our bull list too to see what bulls performed and how they performed. Our judges liked them, but you know what? I think we ended up riding 12 bulls with our one junior kid on Saturday night, and I was pretty good showing for our bull riders that night. They rode a lot of bulls. It was an entertaining show the whole time.
Yeah. So this particular bull riding, I want to ask you a little bit more about it because it looks to me like it was one of your bigger deals. You had the bull riding. Everything I saw on social media, it was sold out. There was a concert afterwards. This was a good night, I think, wasn't it?
It was. You know, we moved Prineville back one week earlier. We were topped over the Redmen home show, and for the last couple of years, our attendance kind of been down. So I, taking a chance, I bumped it a week earlier. And I tell you what, Prineville and Central Oregon came out. It was awesome, and the crowd was electric. It was packed. And then Matt Borden played live in concert for us afterwards. And it was the first time we've had Matt back since pre-COVID. So the crowd, and it was actually probably one of the most crowds that stuck around the whole time, after the event and hung out, all families and stuff. And I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah. Jason, you have learned a lot in the last decade about production, about doing things that, make people want to come, make the fan experience good, sell tickets. You've learned a lot about production over the years.
Oh, it's been some good, some bad, but definitely amazing learning curves, and it's gotten us where we are today. And to me, it's every stumble and every victory is helped us along the way so much. It's what I tell you is that I love it today as much as the day I started it years ago. And that's the thing is the day I stopped loving it, I'll fold up CCT, and I love bull riding and I love entertaining, and that's the best part of the job I get to do every weekend and every town we go to.
There's a young man out of Prineville, Oregon now, named Greg Shannon, and folks in the Northwest know Greg's dad, Ricky Shannon, as both a bull rider himself and a very, very, very long-term, really good pickup man. I never thought Ricky got the credit he deserved as a pickup man, Greg's dad. Greg's ridden 4 in a row on your tour. He's won back-to-back events. That hasn't happened very often through the years.
No, there's 3 guys that have won 3 events in a row. Excuse me. The first one to do it was Paul Capini. You know him, many-time Columbia of Circuit Finals. He won 3 in a row. Justin Houston, now, hitting the Pro Rodeo Trail, and Cade Madsen. PBR, youngster, kicking their butt. Those are the 3. If Cade can pull off Hepner this weekend, he joins a great group of guys.
Yeah,
to win. No one's won in a row. They've only won 3 in a row.
Yeah, and that is a great group of guys. You think Justin Houston is last time I looked, he was top 50 in the world in the PRCA. Cade Madsen was a top 5 draft choice on the PBR team series. Paul Capini has got a little age on him now. Paul would kill me for saying that, but Paul was reserve champion at the Ram National Circuit Finals one year. I mean, all of those guys have got great resumes.
Oh yeah, and that's what's neat is those guys to do that. And Greg, I'm a fan of Greg Shannon. I'm a fan of all of our guys, but Greg's such a good guy, and to see him putting it together this year, kind of started at the end of the year. He started really kind of putting it together, riding bulls, and he looks good on the back of a bull. And so to see him jumpstart this season just like this, I couldn't be happier for Greg.
Yeah. So tell me about Hepner. Is this our 3rd year or 4th year in Hepner? I think we started the year after COVID, right?
Yep. Yep. So our third year, cool little Western town. I mean,
Yeah.
I bet they have, maybe you tell me better, Steve, maybe 10,000 people in that area, maybe, and
Yeah.
they love it.
That's all
It's
of Morrow County. That's not the city of Heppner. The city of Heppner is a couple thousand.
a couple thousand, yeah. So it's a very
Yeah.
small little Western town. And what they did is they wanted to invite us in. They do a big St. Patty's Day celebration. So the whole town gets together for this, and it's kind of, they all come in for St. Patty's Day, and they make the streets, like pack the streets out, parades, and then we come with the bull riding Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. We have you come in, Steve. I mean, couldn't have one of the better guys come in to announce for us, and the guys enjoyed it. It's our first outdoor event of the year, and Heppner, a lot of this, when I was rodeoing, I enjoyed a lot of them small little towns. They just get behind rodeo and bull riding. And Heppner's no different. They come out, and it's a little chilly out, but they come out and have a great time.
Yeah. Um, I just Googled it while you were talking. 1,291 people live in the city of Heppner. So
Yeah.
I was a little high, but they show up, and it's good rodeo country. I mean, it's the home of Butch Knowles. It's the home of the Oregon Trail Pro Rodeo. It is the home of the Morrow County Fair. You're just outside of Hermiston, Oregon, the Farm City Pro Rodeo. It's good country, and people there like rodeo.
Yeah, and we're around that area with Pendleton and this, and we've been in Hermiston and that. And Heppner's just, we found a home in Heppner, and they actually, I'm excited to meet. They have a new fair manager this year, Miss Sue Gibbs, and she has been awesome. The past fair manager treated us really good, and this lady stepped in, and it's been great. So I'm excited to work with her, and see where they are from here.
One more thing about Heppner, they take their St. Patty's Day very seriously in Heppner, Oregon. It is a big deal, St. Patrick's Day in Heppner. We're around St. Patrick's Day time. You've added a new event to your schedule. Jason is originally from Arizona. You get to go back home for a couple of weeks in the month of April. Wickenburg, Arizona, April 13th, and then Buckeye, Arizona on April 20th. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so we get to help out Gina Kraut with her bull riding in Wickenburg on the 13th, and that was a great honor for me to go down there and kind of where town I grew up. And then a couple weeks ago, we got to talking the Buckeye Equestrian. They came to Wickenburg and met me, and a long story short, they decided they want to try to get us a proposal and see what we could do, and it all came together fast, and it's pretty cool. I'm excited to be in Buckeye. To do two events down in Arizona, one with Gina and then one on our own, and it's just my old high school buddies, my family, and everybody. They'll get to kind of come see now what we do there also. And this place, I think it's going to be a fun element. It's covered. They've remodeled everything in there, so I'm excited. And the board is just ecstatic to have a bull ride in there. And they just had their pro rodeo. I think you could tell me that, Steve, but they packed it out with that. So I think it's the Hell's Poppin' Rodeo. Is that right, Steve?
Yeah. Yep. That's it.
Yep.
So, and Buckeye is, you want to talk about places that there are people who go to Buckeye, Arizona with their horse trailers, their barrel horses, their roping horses, sometime around or right after the National Finals Rodeo, and they live there for 4 months. And it's one of the greatest places in the world to go to team rope and barrel race during the wintertime. And now we get to have bull riding too.
Yep. No, I'm excited. Like I said, these guys they're adding 10,000 to the pot for these bull riders. So we're starting with the bang. Their goal is we want to make this one of the biggest events in Arizona. And these guys are fired up, and it's fun to work with guys like this and boards like this that really just want to do good for cowboys. They just want to put on a good event for bull riders and cowboys all the time.
Yep. CCTbullriding.com is where you go for all the information. If you're going to be in Wickenburg, Gina Kraut's website is Lazy K Hart. I just Googled it. LazyKHart.com. That's where you get tickets to the event in Wickenburg, Arizona on April the 13th. Jason, I don't know the story about the Buckeye event. Folks in Heppner know exactly what to do for the event in Heppner on March the 16th, which is coming up next weekend. But we should have some fun. You're going to be traveling a little bit, my friend.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy next month, and we'll have Buckeye information up here pretty quick. We're going to get tickets up for them and the information for that, so people will be able to reach out to them here, I would say, within the week. And
Awesome.
but just check out our website and our Facebook. We'll have information for that. And we're looking for a great spring run, Steve.
Awesome. Jason Mattox, the Challenge of Champions Bull Riding Tour and CCT Bull Riding. Follow the Facebook page. We share an awful lot on our 8 Seconds Media Facebook page. Jason, thanks for your time. Say hi to your family for me.
I will, Steve. Thanks for having me, buddy.